In this video, we'll be performing a modified version of the supported hip hinge utilizing an elastic loop resistance band. We'll begin with a self-check pre-test, just to get an idea of how mobile we feel through the hips. We'll start by getting nice and tall through the spine, and then we'll select the leg and we're going to rotate it outward, away from the body. This movement is referred to as hip internal rotation. After we do this 2 or 3 times, we're going to take and reverse the motion, so we'll go in the opposite direction. This is referred to as hip external rotation. When performing these movements, pay attention to how far you can move, as well as how easy it is to perform the movement task. Let's have a look at our exercise setup and performance cues. We're going to need a couple items to perform this exercise. So first, we'll need something to bolster under the ankles. Here I have a half foam roller. You can use a towel or anything to place between the top of your ankle and the ground. What this does is it elevates the feet and takes pressure off the ankle as you're dropping your hips back towards your feet. So move through the movement a couple times with the bolster and make sure it feels okay. In my case, it does. I'll show you a quick modification. For those of you that are extremely flexible, you can also take and completely flatten your feet out. Now you need to be able to get in and out of this position without any pain or overly significant stretch. So if it's not comfortable, I suggest you take the bolster and put it back underneath. Now that we've established a comfortable bolster height, grab a resistance band loop. We're going to take and put both feet through the loop and pull it up above our knees. Make sure there's enough tension that you can feel your glutes contract, and we need to be able to have our hips aligned with our knees and over our feet. We'll be holding this position while we perform the exercise. So from here, carefully get back into position, and we're going to get set up, making sure again while we're in this tall kneeling that our knees are far enough apart. And from here we are going to lengthen our spine, and we'll slowly walk out onto the supportive surface of the chair, so we're on our forearms. From here we want to make sure we're not rounding our back, and we're also not arching our back and looking straight forward. So let's reset. We'll get nice and tall and lengthen our spine towards the ceiling. We'll slowly walk forward onto our forearms. And we want to make sure our gaze is straight ahead from this position. From here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And during the exhale, we are going to bring our hips back to our feet. And we want to maintain the spinal alignment. We'll take another breath in from this position, exhale, and return back up to the starting position. I'll perform this for 2 more reps so you have a better idea of what it looks like. If you happen to experience excessive tension through the spine or shoulders while moving into position, be sure to move the chair closer to the knees. This will allow you to move more freely and maintain your alignment.